I'm Tyler Nesler, Associate Editor of Streaming Media Magazine, and today I've got with me Gatsby Frimpong, who is the co-founder and CEO of Gatsby TV, the tech company and app offering a fast and fun way to discover television shows and movies. So welcome, Gatsby. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me. Doing well.
Great. Well, could you talk a little bit about your background and how it ultimately led you to create Gatsby TV?
Yeah, no problem at all. So I've basically been in either product or engineering, both in hardware and software, and DevOps at most of the major, I would say, fan companies that are out there. And it's basically allowed me to get an understanding of consumer technology, advertising, and just technology as a whole. And so essentially for me, it's been a good, I would say, sort of like practice ground for me to try some ideas. And eventually I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out into the world and free myself from some of these big companies and try something on my own.
Awesome. Well, so what was the impetus for creating Gatsby TV? Like any of your own personal frustrations with streaming discoverability?
Yeah, I feel like millions of people in America, if not billions of people around the world, we have so much content that we can watch on a daily basis. But what seems to be interesting is that it seems, although we have so much choice, it becomes harder and harder to actually find something to watch. And to me, I felt like this is this like very interesting paradox, right? You have this ability to watch anything you want, but at the same time, you can seem to watch nothing. And so I said to myself, what is that? Why does that exist? And what I had kind of come down to was that it was this whole idea of the way recommendation system works. Recommendations are very powerful. I personally believe they're the most powerful algorithms on Earth, maybe the most powerful force on Earth. And what I would do is I'd come home from a long day of work every day, and I'd sit there with my partner after dinner, but before going to bed, which is like this golden period where you get to relax with your family. And we were just constantly going back and forth about what we wanted to watch. And I thought that that was pretty crazy considering I was paying for like eight different streaming video on demand subscriptions. So I decided to make a difference and come up with a solution.
Yeah, there's what's called the paradox of choice, which is a big problem right now because there's just too much content and it's too difficult to find. Um, let's talk about because what's really particularly interesting about Gatsby TV is it uses AI to help with discoverability. Um, so how does it use? I had read that it uses recommendations from real people to help with personalization. So how does it go about that?
Yeah, so what we had come to find out via doing user interview surveys and just talking amongst ourselves and friends is generally actually how people find things to watch on TV is they find it via recommendations from people offline in real life. So it could be at a water cooler, it could be at lunch, it could be maybe you're in a text message with some buddies from, your high school or college days, whatever it may be. But this is actually the genesis of where recommendations come from. And what all the streaming video on demand platforms do essentially is just remind us of something someone told us in real life. And so we said to ourselves, well, how can we sort of marry this offline experience with something online where someone can tell you something offline at lunch or whatever it may be, and you can easily remember it? And we came up with an app that allows you to send recommendations to and from friends so that the next time that they sit down to find something to watch on TV, all they have to do is open up the app and they say, oh, yeah, X person was talking about Y show the last time I saw him or her. Let me just go ahead and play it. And the Gatsby TV app will actually show you where you can watch any TV show or movie for free via subscription or where you can buy it. So you don't have to worry about, okay, now I know the show, but I don't know where exactly it is. Or accidentally paying for it on a network where you don't have a subscription when it's actually available via a subscription you already own.
Well, great. And so, in the sense of the AI itself, can you talk at all about what kind of foundation model it uses?
Yeah, so as of now, this is something that we're still building. A lot of people are using OpenAI. We're trying to get away from that, so we're actually still in the exploratory phase because we don't want one company to be able to sort of control our own destiny. If anything, we'd love to control our own. So we're very much looking at the open source solutions out there, like the one that's being spearheaded by Facebook primarily, in order to build our model.
That's great. And then, in what ways would you say that the app ultimately saves a customer money by searching through these TV services? Do you have any data on that yet, or Is it still kind of in the exploratory phase?
Yeah, we have tons of data. So the Gatsby TV app is available already. So you can go to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. You can go ahead, type in Gatsby or Gatsby TV, and you'll be able to find it'll be the first thing that shows up. And essentially, in terms of all the things that we have on there, we have 500,000 TV shows and movies. And so it's very easy to sort of discover what it is that's available to you. And in terms of saving you money, what we do is whenever you look for a title, it'll tell you, okay, this thing is available for free here, it's available via subscription here, and this is where you can buy it. And that's huge because I can't tell you how many times I went on Apple TV or Google thinking, oh, okay, I guess it's not available via one of my subscriptions. And then I find out a few weeks later it was actually available via one of my subscriptions. And I think that's one of the sad things about the internet is people believe that the internet and search specifically is objective, but we have to keep in mind that Apple, Google, some of these companies that do actually work on aggregation are in fierce competition with other companies like Amazon that has Amazon Prime Video, right? And so maybe for whatever reason, maybe Apple isn't showing you that it's available on Amazon, right? Maybe they're trying to get you to go to iTunes. I don't know why, right? And so this sort of happens to us all the time. We're like, hey, I guess that's the available options. And then later on, yeah, you're looking for something in the Amazon.com. You're like, wait, hold on. That was actually part of the Prime subscription. What's going on here? But it happens so kind of infrequently and $2.99 to $3.99 at a time that like there's a problem, like a nagging problem in your head, but you can't quite identify it because maybe you watched a movie or TV show a few weeks, a couple months ago, and the money's been spent.
Yeah, exactly. That can totally be frustrating. Um, Let me ask, have you encountered any challenges with creating consumer awareness that it actually can be a lot easier to find programming? I think there's sort of a sense now with the subscription fatigue and the issues with discoverability that we've been talking about. A lot of users, I think, might feel resigned to this is just the way it is. So, what is Gatsby TV doing in terms of any particular marketing campaigns or pushes to build up awareness that this is actually something that can be solved?
Yeah, so we first and foremost try to educate people on the fact that search algorithms are not objective. They're actually very much subjective, right? And when you own content like YouTube, Apple TV Plus, et cetera, it's going to, whether they like to admit it or not, it's going to affect the way they present information for you when it comes to their competitors and stuff you can buy in their platforms. So we first and foremost try to make everyone aware, like I am in this interview, that this is something that happens, and so they have to be aware of it. Secondly, what we do is one of our primary features that we essentially market the most is just this ability to have this universal search. And we'll show our search results at times compared to maybe an Apple TV search or Google search to show you, no, yeah, there are actually a few more platforms you can find things for free because at the end of the day, there's far more free TV out there than people realize. It's just that, again, if you're one of the major tech companies and you're selling it for a rental for $199 or $299, whatever it may be, and it's available out there for someone for free, you may not just highlight that suggestion to that person, right? And so, yeah, we try to educate people as much as possible, and it's via the product itself, and yes, the marketing too.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Gatsby. Again, this is Gatsby Frimpong, the co-founder and CEO of Gatsby TV. So yeah, look out for the app. And if you're having any issues with finding anything, sounds like Gatsby TV is the place to go to help assist you with that. So once again, it was great talking with you, Gatsby.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.